Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're all having fun. I hope you're all tension free, no dilemmas. But if you do, I'm here to help you guys. I'm set with my team, no changes anymore. I'm here to answer your questions for the next hour. So let's begin, my friends. Hey Sarthak, hey Matea, hey Kawado. Welcome to the live stream, my friends. Amrit says, um, hey Wiz, just waiting for your stream. Welcome, my friend. Hey Plagues, welcome. Shrikant, welcome. Rajiv says, which is your favorite team? My favorite team is Arsenal, Rajiv. Hey Hassan, welcome to the live stream. So, fellas, how are you? Give me your questions, give me your dilemmas. I'm gonna be here and answer your questions. As you can see, before we start, I would like to tell you a little bit about my thinking and about my team and why I haven't made a transfer. As you can see on the screen, my friends, I still have my free transfer. I haven't made any transfers. I'm still holding on to it. You know, even though I had lots of urges to take hits, to use my wildcard, I'm sticking to the plan. The plan was to hold my transfer, make 3 transfers in game week before game week 3 to kind of know better, to watch a couple of game weeks, to see the trends and then make the transfers. So I'm sticking to the plan, my friends, and that's the plan. The one transfer in my pocket, no transfers as of now, my friends. So yeah, that's the plan. So if you have any dilemmas, if you have any questions, let me know, my friends, and we can take it from there. No problem. For me, guys, Rajiv says, are you using a wildcard? No, Rajiv, I'm not using any wildcard. Buckshot says, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Buckshot. Stan says, should I transfer Havertz to Rodriguez or Inks to Richarlison, or hold them because I want an Everton player? I think, Stan, the better option would be to move Inks to Richarlison. I think Richarlison has great fixtures. He looked really, really sharp in the game against Tottenham. I think that would be a really good move to kind of move Inks to Richarlison. For Havertz to Rodriguez, I'm not so sure if Rodriguez is really FPL material until we are sure he's on penalties, right? Ashraf says, why have you not transferred in Bruno? Ashraf, there is no way for me to transfer in Bruno. The initial plan was to take out Salah and get Bruno in, but the way Salah is playing, I just could not make up my mind to transfer out Salah. And the other way I could get Bruno in was to transfer out Alexander-Arnold for somebody like Seamus Coleman and then transfer out Havertz for Bruno. But I just did not feel that was the right move to make and the right hit to take in game week 2. So I'm gonna wait till game week 3 to get any United players. But that's just me, yeah. Yeah. Dhruv says, will Greenwood start? In my opinion, I think Greenwood will start, because they don't have anybody else to play on that flank. So why would Greenwood not start? I think he would. Harthik says, I told you last time Dele Alli is Lingard. To be honest with you, Sarthak, I was very hopeful of Dele Alli this season, especially after watching the All or Nothing documentary of Tottenham, and I was hopeful with Mourinho as well. But in the very first game weeks, subbing him off at halftime, it's really hard to take for the owners, of course. Jackson says, Havertz to Greenwood or Mahrez. Yeah, I thought about that move as well, Jackson, but it just did not feel right to me. Greenwood is not the Manchester United player that I want to own in long term, and just because I want a Manchester United player for one game week, I'd transfer in Greenwood, and then that would mess up the structure of my team, and then all the other transfers that I haven't planned for the upcoming game weeks are gonna be disturbed. So one game week, I'm just kind of taking a risk, and holding my nerve and not panicking into transfers. That's my opinion. Death says, United this early is kind of a gamble. I mean, it's not a gamble per se because United were in really good form post the Premier League restart. But to be honest with you, if you have a plan, guys, the most important thing is to have a plan and stick to the plan. We can't win FPL in one game week and we can't lose it in one game week. The thing is to focus on the long-term plan, and that's what I'm trying to do, friends. I know it's hard, guys. It's very hard for me to hold on to my transfer, when everybody left, right, and center transferring in Bruno, Martial, Rashford, Greenwood. It's very hard for me to do it, but I think I'm gonna do it, my friends. I'm gonna go through with it. Dhruv says because of his England team disaster. No, I think he's going to start Dhruv. I don't think his England team shenanigans have anything to do with his position at Manchester United. Adrian says, "What is your team going to look like?" Yeah, I'm gonna show you my team very soon, my friend. Dexter says, "Who's your captain?" Yeah, I'm gonna show you my team in a couple of minutes. Just hang on, my friends. So N says, "Hey, do you think I should keep Son for one more week?" Yes, I think you should keep Son, my friend. I think it's a good option. And I think Southampton are not the best team, and that's why I think you can keep Son for one more game week. Not a problem. Thoughts about William? Jackson, can you please tell me, do you mean William or William? So I'll take that question again. FPL is a marathon, not a sprint, says Buckshot. I definitely agree with that, guys. I always say that FPL is a game of 38 game weeks, right? Last season, as I always tell you, I don't know how many times I've said this on my live stream, guys. I was 2.3 million at one point in the season, and I still did not panic. I managed to make it back into the top 100k, although it's not the best of rank to achieve, right? But being on 2.3 million did not deter me from my plan. I stuck to it, guys, and I managed to come back. So one game week is not the end of the world, guys. Don't panic. That's all I'm here to say. Do not panic, my friends. Nishchil says, "Is it wise to replace Spurs defense with United defense?" Not this game week, I think, Nishchil, because none of the United attackers or none of the United defenders are really attacking in it. Maybe Shaw, who's the most attacking, or Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but how many goals or assists they're going to get over the season? So for this game week, keep Spurs defense. That's my opinion, right? Guys, by the way, opinions are my own. Please just forgive me if I tell you something and it doesn't work out, but that's my opinion. To the best of my knowledge, I work very hard, I read the stats, I watch the games, but in the end, the opinions that I give you are my own, alright? Buckshot says, "There be double game weeks, blank game weeks, also consider the COVID situation, enjoy the games and plan over time." That's a fantastic approach. Random Junkie says, "This game week is gonna be awful." Well, Random, you never know, right? I mean, who knows what's gonna happen in the game week? Football is such an unpredictable game. We can't say what's gonna happen. Guys, be optimistic. Always be optimistic. Even if you have a bad team, be optimistic, guys. We can fix it. Everything can be fixed and everything is gonna be alright. I'm gonna be here throughout the season answering your questions, telling you my team, telling you the updates, giving you advice, and we're gonna do it together, guys. If we don't do it, we're still gonna be here talking about how bad our game weeks were. No problem, my friends. Just chill and play the game, have fun. The happier you are, the better your game weeks are gonna go. Trust me, guys. Happy go lucky. That's the attitude. Nashville says, "Dean seems to be the best defender to have for this game week and the upcoming games." Nashville, I think Dean is a very good option, definitely. But, I don't think Dean is gonna be that effective as he previously was. Although he got an assist, don't get me wrong, like he got an assist last game week, but I don't think he's gonna be in most set pieces because James is here, and that's gonna take away a little bit of the polish of Dean. So you can go for, if you don't have enough money for Dean, you can go for somebody like Coleman, you can even go for Keane. But Everton defense in general, I think, is a good idea, in my opinion. Michael says, "What about Ings out for Jesus, Richarlison or Martial?" Michael, in my opinion, this game week, Ings to Martial or Ings to Richarlison makes a lot of sense. I would not go for Jesus in this game week because I just do not feel so confident about Jesus. Richarlison or Martial, definitely. Sumesh says, "Davies to Coleman, Shaw or roll the transfer." I mean, if you want to, my friend, I just think that Davies can do the job and Davies can keep a clean sheet against Southampton. Southampton just do not look so threatening at the moment. They lost midweek to Brentford for all we know, they lost 2-0 to a championship team. So I would not be too averse to keeping Davies, my friend. Hey Razif, welcome to the live stream. Jackson says Willian. Jackson, I think Willian is a good option for this game week, but after this game week, Arsenal's fixtures turn so bad, and I just would not want Willian after this game week. Actually, I'm going to transfer Aubameyang out for Kevin De Bruyne as well. Look at this, my friends. Do you really want to keep Willian for this game? Liverpool, Manchester City, Sheffield United. Okay, it's maybe a decent game. I'm not sure how Sheffield are gonna be lining up till that time. But Leicester, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool. I do not want any Arsenal player for these games, so I would not pick Willian. Matthias says so many problems with my wildcard. Matthias, tell me your problems. I'll give you the answers, my friend. Kayur says early you said at 4. No, Kayur. I didn't say at 4, my friend. I said 1 hour before the deadline, my friend. The deadline is at 3:30 Indian time, so I came at 2:30. I was right on time, my friend. Bakshat says, I'm thinking to captain Richarlison. However, I have Salah. Last few games between Chelsea versus Liverpool have been lots of goals. What do you think, Salah or Richarlison? Bakshat, in this game week, I just think that Salah doesn't perform too well away from home. The goals that Salah scored against Chelsea were at home, right? That magnificent goal in which you heard the commentary from Peter Drury, that is a goal from paradise and all that was at home, right? All the goals that Salah scored against Chelsea. So I'm just not too confident with Salah as a captain. I would definitely have him in my team, but Richarlison seems to be a good option. Which other option do you have, Buckshot? Can you tell me? Kayur says, where are you from? India? Bro, I'm from Punjab, in India. Aditya says, thoughts on Thiago in FPL. Aditya, I think Thiago is a wonderful player, but I don't think he's a good FPL asset unless he's really, really differently positioned as he was at Bayern Munich or Barcelona. I don't think he's going to be a good FPL asset, but let's wait and see. Wilbur says, Wan-Bissaka, Dean, Saiz, Taylor and Trent. Is that a good defense? Yes, I think that's a pretty good defense, Wilbur. Yeah, I dig that. Razat says, Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison? Razat, it actually depends upon your team, it's very hard for me to say because I think Richarlison is a better asset, but is he worth 1 million more than Calvert-Lewin? Only time will tell. So if you can afford it, go for it. If not, then possibly go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Mohammed Fadzali says, your thoughts on wildcard this game week, you won't recommend it. Actually, you know what, Fadzali, I actually never say when you should or shouldn't use your wildcard. It is so subjective and it's totally based upon your team. If you don't feel confident about your team, if you think you made all the wrong selections. But you see, what I feel is, we spent so much time building our team for game week 1, right? We did all the analysis, so much, reading and stuff. And just after one game week, if you think our team's absolutely wrong, pull the trigger, my friend. If you're really not confident with your team, you can go. What I'm gonna say is there is no right or wrong time to use your wildcard. Everybody's teams are different and everybody's thought process and the way they play the game is different. So if you think you can get the advantage over others and then you can manage your team till game week 16 without having a wildcard, go for it, my friend. Hey 8 Facts, welcome to the live stream. Hey Danforth. So Amrit says you're planning to play 4 in defense. No, Amrit, I'm planning to play 3-4-3. That's gonna be my formation. Actually, I'm just gonna put my team on the screen in a couple of minutes so you can have a look. 8 Fact says, is Cash a good option from Aston Villa? Cash, I'm not so sure about him. 8 Facts, to be honest with you. I know nothing about the player, so I can't comment on it. Raghav says Mahrez will start this week? I have no idea, my friend. Pep says he was fit to play, but that doesn't mean Pep is gonna start him. We can never say with Manchester City, so I can't make a definitive statement. But if you want my opinion, I think he might start, yes. Matthias says, cannot decide Mitro or Wilson for long term. If I go Wilson, I won't have Abba this week. Would have KDB. That's a very difficult one. You can go with the... the thing is, I would prefer Mitrovic and Aubameyang, but since you say you cannot, maybe you can take 0.5 from elsewhere, my friend. So if I had to choose, I'd definitely take Aubameyang this week over Kevin De Bruyne. So that's where I'm at. The bigger player I would choose this game week over KDB is Aubameyang, definitely. Karthik says you're 11 then. Alright, my friends, so I'm gonna show you my team. Just give me 1 second. There you go. I hope you can have a look at my team. And that's the way I'm lining for now, my friends. So let me know your opinions. This is my team and this is how I'm gonna line up this game week. Aubameyang is my captain. And Pavan says, please change your team now. Pavan, there's nothing to change, my friend. This is my locked team for game week 2. Sarfroz says, hey, is Vinagre regular to start? Sarfroz, I don't think Vinagre is gonna start. He started midweek in the EFL Cup game. I don't think he's gonna start in the Premier League. Buckshot says, my other options than Richarlison or Salah is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Fernandes, Son, Martial. I think Martial is a very good option, my friend. Even Fernandes is a very good option. So I think you can go with one of the Manchester United boys if you don't want to go with Richarlison. They could be very good options. If I had all these options, I'd probably go with either Bruno Fernandes or Martial. Your opinion on a Leeds forward worth buying, says Nishchil. I don't think I personally go for somebody like Bamford. I just don't see the value in that. And Bamford doesn't score too many goals. Bielsa plays him because he presses up front and he's an ideal player for his structure, but I don't think Bamford is good. I think Harrison or Click could be good options, but at 5.5, yeah, if you want to replace Saint Maxima, you can go for them if you're on a wild card, right? Karthik says Regulon to keep an eye on for the future. Yeah, that could be one, but for the future, for all we know, he's still we don't know if he's gonna play the next game week or not, whether he's he's fully signed or everything like that. So let's wait and watch. Murli says, no Manchester United players, are you sure? Murli, I'm not sure actually. If I could have, I would have had Manchester United players. But the thing is, I didn't want to mess up with the structure of my team just to kind of get any Manchester United player in, because I'm very specific on the players I want to get in. And I'm just waiting one more week to get them. That's the only thing that I'm going with. And I didn't feel my team is too bad. And I thought I could, just go into the game week. Fine, if I get a deficit of 10 points, I think that I can cover that over the long term. But I just want my team to be stable and fixed for long term. That's the reason this game week. So Razif says no transfer this game week. Yeah, that's the thing. No transfer for me. Rate my defense, says Aditya. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Lewis and Lamptey. Not much to rate, my friend. This game week is going to be very tough for your defense, Aditya. So yeah. Wilbur says Fraser or Saint Maxima. Wilbur, I don't like the look of either of them too much. I think Saint Maxima is fine for a 5.5 million asset, but the way he played in game week 1, I think he'll give you 90, 100 points over the season, and that's about it. I mean, at 5.5 million, I like the look of Daniel Podence, much more than Saint Maxima or even 6 million Fraser. So if you can, if you're on a wildcard or something like that, I would actually go for Podence. I think that's pretty good. Danford says, I'll keep my transfer this week, and how many will I have next week? You will have 2 free transfers next week, Danford. Yoha Ludley says, Vinagra -1. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for all of you owners, because now at 4.4, there's nobody to replace him with, and there's no good 4 million option, so Vinagra is a real setback for all the owners who didn't sell him in time. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the live stream, if you enjoy my work that I do on this channel, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to join my Discord, the link is in the description and my Twitter handle's on the screen. So please do follow, please like the video, and I'm going to be here answering your questions. Raghav says, Captain Aubameyang or Salah? For this game week, my friend, Aubameyang is my captain. Harrison or Click? Wilbur, I'd prefer Click because he takes penalties for Leeds, so I'd prefer him a little bit over Harrison. From open play, I think Harrison is a better player, but I still think that I'd prefer Click if I had to choose one of these two. Tyron says, so no transfers for you this game week? Yes, Tyron, for me, no transfers this game week. I'm gonna stick to the plan, although I have had lots of urges to take hits, make transfers, bring in Martial, bring in Bruno Fernandes, and if you can, my friends, you should do it, right? Bruno and Martial are very good options for this game week. For me, it wasn't working out probably right, so I decided to wait for one more game week. I decided to trust the process, and that's why I'm making no transfers. Next week, probably I'm gonna make 3 transfers. Danford says, I feel Salah is gonna haunt me again. I'm gonna risk giving him the armband. Danford, if you want, you can go for it, I just feel that Salah is much more potent at home as compared to when he's playing away from home, That's just my opinion, and that's just what the stats say as well. So if you want to give him the armband, go for it. Personally, I would just stick with Aubameyang, right? Dhruv says, Havertz for Greenwood or Rodriguez? Dhruv, that's a very difficult one to answer for me. I mean, Rodriguez, we've seen just one match of Rodriguez. Do you think it's enough for us to kind of bring him in? If you think it is, if you're convinced by the performance of James Rodriguez, go for him. Greenwood, I could make the same move. I've thought about making the same move, Havertz to Greenwood, but Greenwood is not the Manchester United player that I want in my team. I want Bruno Fernandes or Anthony Martial. That's the reason I decided to wait, and that's the reason I'm not making any transfer. Danford says, thanks for the advice. You're welcome, my friend. Hey, Khaleesi, welcome to the live stream. Is Ings good for this game week, says Khaleesi. I mean, the two teams, Southampton and Tottenham, not in the best of form, right? So it's very hard to say what's going to happen in that game. I feel Spurs are going to win, just by a small margin, but I still think they're going to win. So it's very hard for me to say if Ings is good for this game week. If you can move him on for Martial, that would be a really good move in my opinion. If you don't have $500,000 in the bank, then you have no option but to keep him up if you don't want to go with somebody like Richarlison. So that's my opinion. Tyrick Mitchell for this game week. Aditya, he's not gonna kind of keep a clean sheet, and he's not gonna give you any attacking returns. So Tyrick Mitchell maybe 1 or 2 points at most. So that's my opinion about him. Sean says, are you changing your team? No, Sean, I'm not changing my team anymore. I had a long discussion about why I'm not changing it. So for now, I'm just gonna tell you I'm not changing it. I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. Khaleesi says, I have Bruno this game week. Yeah, that's a great option. Then you can probably move him on for somebody like Calvert-Lewin or Richarlison. Keep money in the bank and make a good transfer next game week as well. That's my opinion. I bring Richarlison and Podence or Calvert-Lewin and Grealish. Yusuf, if you're talking only about this game week, you can Podence has a game against Manchester City, but if you're thinking long term, I think Richarlison and Podence are going to be good options because Diogo Jota has been transferred to Liverpool, right? So Podence, I think, is nailed on in that Wolves team, and I feel that's a good move. Richarlison and Podence. Will you buy golf player in the future, says Sarthak? He doesn't really like Gareth Bale, right? He's calling him the golf player. But let's see how he plays. I'm not sure if Bale's going to be the same Gareth Bale that left Tottenham for Real Madrid, right? Wait and watch about Bale. Jackson says, will Greenwood start? I don't see why not. I think Greenwood will start. That's my opinion, Wilson will be better instead of Adam. Yeah, I think Wilson is a better option than Che Adams. But, if I have Adams, I'm just going to stick with him for one more game week and possibly look to move him on whenever I have the chance. For now, I think I'm going to stick with Che Adams. But if you ask me which is the better option, I'd say Callum Wilson. What do you think about Wilson? As I already said, Jonathan, I think he's a good option. Doesn't have the best of fixtures. Hang on, let me show you the fixtures of Callum Wilson. You see, if you're going to bring him in this game week, don't, because after Brighton, it's Tottenham, Burnley, Manchester United, Wolves. Do you really want to have a Newcastle player for these games, guys? I don't think Newcastle is going to win any of these games. It's going to be very difficult for them to win. So if you have Wilson, keep him. If you don't have him, don't bring him in this game week, guys. That's my opinion. Will Foden start, says David. David, I think it's very hard for me to say about Foden, very hard for me to say about any Manchester City player other than Ederson and Kevin De Bruyne, because Pep, rotates like crazy, and that's the reason we call it the Pep ruler. Hang on, guys, let me have a drink of water. My voice is cracking. Yusuf, hey, sorry, last question. Vardy or Werner for long term? For long term, I think Werner could be a better option. When Chelsea gels together, I think Werner going to be really potent. And I think after Jorginho got injured, he's on penalties as well. So yeah. Hey Geeta, hope you're doing well. Captain suggestions, Fernandes or Aubameyang? Out of these two, I think they are both good options. It's very hard to choose between them. But just because of the fixture and the ownership and stuff, I'd go with Aubameyang. Due to pace and Vardy, pass hardly. Yeah, it's very hard to choose, because Vardy was appalling in the last game week. He still got 2 goals. That's the thing, guys. And by the way, guys, I have to mention this. There's been a change in the rule of penalties and how they're going to award the penalties. The bookies, the bookies say that they're going to be 20% more penalties this season. That's a big number, guys. So it means if there were 100 penalties awarded last season, this season it's going to be 120. That's a big margin, guys. And so having more penalty takers in your team makes a lot more sense now. That's why I feel Bruno Fernandes and people like Aubameyang, Kevin De Bruyne, they are very, very good buys, my friends. Danford says, should I do Werner to Martial or Barnes to James? I'm also considering a hit. Danford, it's very difficult to kind of kind of say what to do. I mean, if you want Werner to Martial, you can do it. I thought about that move long and hard as well. But after this game, let me show you why I didn't move Werner for Martial. After the Liverpool game, look at this. West Brom, Crystal Palace, Southampton, alright, Manchester, but then Burnley, Sheffield. Look at these fixtures. Chelsea can win all these games except maybe the Manchester United game. We're not sure about that. But, I want to keep Werner for long term. So just for one game, I didn't want to move him on. And that is the reason I didn't move him on for Martial. That's my thinking about it. Kair says Bamford or Adam. Out of these two, I'd probably go for Bamford, but none of them seem to be too clinical. Bamford is not going to score you many goals either. Neither is Che Adams by the looks of it. Is it safe to start Steer and have McCarthy on the bench? If Steer doesn't play, McCarthy comes in, right? Yeah, that's a good move, my friend. I don't think Steer's going to start anyway because they signed Martinez. But yeah, you can put in Steer and put McCarthy on the bench. If he doesn't start, he's going to come in for you. Dhruv says, thanks, you're welcome, my friend. Sarthak says, the biggest club in London. My friend, you know who I support. You know my answer. We're going to smash Lampard again, says Sarthak. Alright, my friend, let's see. I mean, Lampard is not... Lampard has an amazing team on his hands. When Hakim Ziyech comes back and Pulisic comes back, I think Chelsea gonna be a force to reckon with. It's amazing, so amazing, right? Jordan says Bruno is gonna smash every penalties. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes is the designated penalty taker for Manchester United now. I don't think Rashford is gonna take any penalties or Pogba, so Bruno is gonna take all the penalties. And I think he's a very good penalty taker as well. He has the similar technique to Jorginho, where he looks at the goalkeeper and he shoots his penalties. It's very hard for him to miss. So I think Bruno Fernandes is a great option. Probably coming into my team next week as well, fellas. So yeah. What about Hendrik, says Rohit. I think he's, a decent option at... How much is he? 5 million? 5.5 million? I've never even considered Hendrik. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, 5 million he is, right? So yeah, he's a decent option, my friend, but he's not going to score you 15 points every week. He was playing very defensively at Burnley. Fine, he scored an assist and he got a goal for Newcastle in his first game. He's not going to do it every week. Just beware when you bring him in, but not too risky for a 5 million player. Kair says avoid Mitrovic. Yeah, my friends, you can. Is Mitchell against the Manchester United risky, or should I use Harrison Reed of Fulham? I already have 3 defenders apart from Mitchell. Yeah, I think you should go with Harrison Reed. At least your 2 points would be nailed, my friend. Razif says, would you make an early transfer next game week? Razif, yes, I might make an early transfer, but if I do, I'm probably gonna do my Aftermath show, right? So guys, if you didn't tune into my last Aftermath show, I do a show right after the last game of the game week, right? I come online, I give you my raw impressions, about my eye tests, about the game week, about how I felt all the matches went, which players to select, which players to leave. So it's a pretty interesting show in my opinion. So guys, whenever the game week ends, just hit YouTube, come on to the FPL Wizard, and we're gonna talk about the game week, and if I make any early transfer, I can make it live in front of you, my friends. Arnold is the reason so many teams are imbalanced. Razat, that's true, but it's kind of fear of missing out. Arnold is a very, very potent player. He, although he's not looked very sharp and in the best of form, if he doesn't perform versus Chelsea as well, I might also consider moving him on, but I wanted to give him another chance. Rohit says, should I get Willian? Rohit, for one game week 2, yes. For the long term, I think Arsenal fixtures are very difficult after game week 2, so no. Ailing or Justin? For this game week, I'd pick Ailing, but Kair, if you have that problem, you have a really good team, my friend. Geeta says, should I keep faith in Kane? For this game week, Geeta, I think you should. I think Kane can score against Southampton. The way Southampton are playing, I think Kane has a good chance to score against them. Hey Pradeep, welcome to the live stream, my friend. What's up? I'm just, yeah, my team is locked. I'm feeling kind of, peace, at peace. Although my team doesn't look the best, but I'm at peace, fellas. Inner peace, right? Pavan says Martial or Werner. Pavan, that's a very hard decision, my friend. I'd say for this game week, Martial is the better pick. For the long term, I think both are going to do well. So it's very hard to kind of select one of the two, For me, I think we should have both of them. But N says Martial for Werner. For this week at least, yeah, definitely. For this week, I'd pick Martial over Werner. But, do you want to waste a transfer on that? I'm not so sure. I didn't want to do it, so I'm keeping Werner. But if you have a transfer to burn, if you don't have any other problems in your team, if you don't have any future plans kind of for the upcoming game weeks, Werner to Martial makes sense for this game week. Ings to Martial or Aubameyang to KDB for next week? Both, my friend. AJ, both. Both good moves. Danford says, guys, like the video. My friends, I'd listen to him. Please hit like and please subscribe if you're new. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate. If you enjoy the show, if you find it helpful, please hit subscribe. I'm trying to hit 2,500 subscribers. Half an hour to go, guys. Can we do it? I think not, but let's at least give it a try, right? Aditya says, will Ramsdale shine this week? Aditya, it's very hard for me to say. The way Sheffield United played at the weekend, game week 1, it was really, really horrible for me to watch as an owner of Ramsdale, conceding 2 goals within the first 6 minutes. Not the best start, not the ideal start, but what can we do about it, My ploy is to, once I get a keeper, I stick with my goalkeeper until I use my wildcard. I never waste a transfer on my keeper, and that's how it's gonna be. Whether he plays good or not, I'm gonna keep Ramsdale until my first wildcard. Virgil van Dijk size done, but confused Ayling or Justin. Cairo, I think they are both good options. For this game week, I'll pick Ayling just over Justin, right? Barnes to Hamis is giving me a headache. Danforth, it's a 50-50 decision. It's basically an instinct decision. It's not based on logic. Here I can actually give you advice on the decisions that are based on logic, right? The decision which is based on instinct, I think you should take your own decisions later on, because if it goes wrong, at least you'll be kind of responsible for your own decisions and you won't feel angry about why you made those decisions, right? So James Rodriguez has 1 game week in England, right? I cannot recommend say yes or no. I know he was good, he created 5 chances from open play, but based on that I just can't say do or do not, so that's my opinion. Kane, Son, Ellie, who can we try? I don't understand, Rohit. Can you please rephrase your question, my friend? My captain is Aubameyang and my vice captain is Hala, my friend. That's fixed. Pradeep says, one suggestion, Walker Peters or Burnley's Taylor for this game week. For this game week, I'd probably just go with the, Walker Peters, because I don't think Burnley's going to keep a clean sheet. Neither is Southampton, but Peters might get you an attacking return. So that's my opinion. Very difficult. Shopanen says, what are you going to do next week? How many transfers? Shopanen, I'm going to make 3 transfers next week. Definitely 3 transfers. Sarthak says, Aftermath going to be 3 a.m. again. Oh my days. Really? Is the last game of the weekend again at 3 a.m.? It finishes at 3 a.m. That's going to be crazy, guys. Last time I did the Aftermath show, I was half sleeping on my keyboard, guys. It was 4 a.m. in the morning and I was still talking about the game week. But you have to be dedicated if you want to have an FPL channel and a successful one at that. You have to do it, my friend. Should I downgrade Doherty to size? Not for this game week. Keep Doherty for this game week. Think about it next game week, Danforth. Khaleesi says, Robertson, Dyer, Justin, Hamis, Bruno, Willian, Aubameyang, Mane, Ings, Mitrovic, McCarthy. That's a fantastic team. I think I really like that team, but if I had Martial in there, that would be good. If you can get Richarlison in place of Ings, that would be good as well. Lamptey, Kyle Walker-Peters this game week. Out of these two, Lamptey seems to be the better option, my friend. Chaplin says, when are you going to use your wildcard? I haven't actually made a set plan as to when I'm going to use my wildcard. I always kind of adapt based on how my game week is going. I enjoyed how my first game week went. I thought it was a decent team and a decent game week. Second game week is not that good for me, and if I see my team going downhill from here, I can pull the trigger early as well. If I feel my team is settled and I think I can recover from the deficit from game week 2, if I have some, then I'll probably wait. I like to wait till game week 7 or 8 before I use my wildcard, but there is no plan for me based on that. Martial out, Jimenez in, cash out, Chilwell in. 8 facts, just know that Chilwell is not fit and he's not going to play for the next couple of game weeks, so you should basically just know that Chilwell is a fantastic option when he comes back, but he's not fit at the moment. Any update on the goalkeeper, Nyland or Martinez? I think Martinez is going to play, Geeta. Son or Rodrigo? That's very simple. I think Son should play over Rodrigo, definitely. Danford says, loving all the advice. Thanks, fam. You're welcome, my friend. I really appreciate you coming to the live stream and staying here all the time. Karthik says, everyone, make sure you confirm your team. Last 20 to 25 minutes remaining. So friends, open your FPL apps, lock your teams. If you need any advice before locking, if you have any dilemmas, let me know. I'm here to help you. If not, lock your teams. Relax, guys. Relaxed FPL players are a very, very good thing. Mostly we're all intentions, right? Molo says Cody, Mitchell, or Taylor. For this game week, I think I'll go with Taylor out of these three. Molo. Martial captain, definitely. If you have Martial, if you think you want to captain him, I think he's a good option. Pujan says Martial or Jimenez for the next 5 game weeks. I'd go with Jimenez, Pujan. I think Jimenez has the better fixtures. Nishtil says I have 7 million in the bank. Which forward to buy? At 7 million, you can go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Oh, I think he's 7.1 now, right? Well, that's so unfortunate, but I think he was a very good option to buy. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend any forwards below the 7 million category. I think Wilson is good, but he has really difficult fixtures. So you need to adapt a little bit, Nishtil. Vice says captaining Sterling, bought him instead of KDB, hoping for a hat-trick. I mean, traditionally, guys, Sterling really does well against Wolves, right? He scored 2 goals last time as well, although Manchester City lost to Wolves, but he scored 2 goals, so I think Sterling can be, low-key a good captaincy option this game week. Sell Pulisic for a hit. I think I would, Yusuf, because Pulisic is not going to play for the next 2 game weeks, so yeah. Renuka says, hello bro, are you planning to save transfer for this game week? Yeah, Renuka, that's the plan. I'm hoping to roll on my transfer and make 3 transfers next game week. So we're going to take a hit and make 3 transfers next game week. Bring Taylor for Adams. Siddharth, I don't think there's too much in them. I don't think Burnley are going to keep a clean sheet against Leicester, and Adams, again, very hard to score against Spurs. So they're both 2-pointers waiting to happen. Can go with any of them. Danford says, bro, I'm still wondering how you finished 500, like you were too humble and don't brag about it if it was me. You know why I don't brag about it, friends? Because it's not very easy to repeat it again, and I don't want to say, yeah guys, I finished 500 in the world, I'm gonna help you do this, I'm gonna help you do that. It's a game based on luck as well. You need a lot of luck, and you need you need to work hard as well, but you need a lot of luck to get to a good rank. So that's why there's nothing to brag about. I'm happy that I got a good rank, because of which I can actually give FPL advice to all you guys, and I have this community with which I can come and talk about FPL. This is more than enough for me, friends. Siddharth says, so will you be banking a transfer? Yes, my friend, this game week I am banking. It's very hard to do it, Siddharth, but I am banking it. Avishka says, McCarthy, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Taylor, Virgil van Dijk, Justin, Oba, Son, Salah, Souček, Mitrovic, Kane. Better option to replace in my team from Virgil van Dijk for Shaw, Souček for Saint, and Mitrovic for Martial. Avishka, I don't understand. Do you want to make 3 transfers? If that's what you mean, I think 3 transfers are too much for this game week. I think I would just, if you can, make 1 transfer, otherwise you can hold. I think -8 for your team. I think your team looks fine. Lincoln says captaincy option, Salah, KDB or Fernandes. Out of these 3, I'd go for Fernandes, Lincoln. Should I sell Son and bring Bruno? Pavan, if you can, definitely. If you want to, definitely. Chalendra says, guys, please like, share and subscribe to support Wiz. Thank you so much, Chalendra. I appreciate it, my friend. Vinagra dropped in price. What do I do now? And says Anteater. Anteater, there's not much we can do because there are no good 4 million defenders that you can bring in. So until and unless you get some other money from some other transfer, there is not much we can do about it, my friend. I'm sorry about that. Souček against Gunners or Harrison Reed against Leeds. I think Souček against Gunners. Souček is kind of a Fellaini-esque player, guys. He just plays like Fellaini. He's like a lamppost. He's gonna score lots of headers, and he can score against anyone. So if you have an option between Harrison Reed or Souček, I would go for Souček. Yeah, Souček for this game week. Yeah. Should I bench Trent Alexander-Arnold for James Rodriguez? Yusuf, you can if you want to. I think James will get more points than Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it is always risky. So if you can tell me rest of your team, I'll be able to give you better advice. Eiling or Justin, who should I play and who should I bench? Samuel, I think they are both good options. They're looking good for a clean sheet, both of them. Why not play both of them, my friend? Can I put my team, says Danforth, and you rate it? Yeah, Danforth, I can try, my friend. No issues. What team do you support, says Callum. Callum, I support Arsenal, my friend. Geeta says, thanks Sam, all the best. You're welcome, my friend. Good luck for the game week. Gunner goalkeeper backup, says Kayur. They're buying a new goalkeeper. The name skipped from my mind, but they bought a new goalkeeper. He's going to come in a couple of days. For now, I think it's going to be Matt Macy from the Arsenal Academy who's going to play backup for for Bernd Leno, but they're gonna buy a new keeper in a couple of days. They're even bidding for this guy, David Raya from Brentford. So yeah. Hey Anil, welcome to the live stream. I am fine. I hope you're fine as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make transfer plans for Game Week 3 during the Game Week 2, and I'm gonna tweet about it, guys. And I'm gonna let you know on the live stream after the game, last game finishes. What is the last game of the game week, my friends? Let me see. The last game is Wolves versus Manchester City, unfortunately, and I don't own any players, and it's very difficult for me. But I'm gonna be live streaming right after that game, guys. So make sure you be here. Let's talk about the game week and how it went for me, how it went for all of you. Let's talk how the eye test says about different players, and I'll give you my honest opinions, my friends. Yeah, Podence or Lundstrom? Lincoln, I'd go for Podence, 100%. Dean for Doherty for a long time. Rohit, yes, why not? Samuel says, I have Eiling, Justin Davis and Trent, so I gotta bench one, that's why. Which advice to bench? Davis, Trent, Eiling, Justin. That's very good. That's a very difficult one to say, my friend. I don't know how I can make that decision for you, because I think they're all looking good for a clean sheet. The only one which doesn't look good for a clean sheet is actually Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I can't even tell you to bench him. Possibly, if you want, you can bench Justin or Eiling, one of the two. But I'd play Eiling, so maybe Justin out of these three, my friends. No transfer this week. Yeah, for me, no transfer, my friend. I'm keeping the faith. I'm sticking to the plan. I'll make 3 transfers next time. Have a strong team for the long term. That's the plan. Havertz to Mahrez, says Hakim. Hakim, I'm not sure if he's gonna start, my friend. That's the only dilemma I have, It's very hard for me to recommend you a player which I'm not sure is gonna start, right? So for me, I'd say no, that's my opinion. If Mahrez was nailed on in the Manchester City team, he would be the first name in my team sheet, but no. Not for me right now. Podence or NATO? Podence, Rohit, definitely. Oba is good against top 4 as well. He could be good against top 4, but the plan is to get Kevin De Bruyne. I think Kevin De Bruyne has a very high ceiling, and this season as well he's gonna do really well. Especially, friends, after Aguero is injured for a long time, Kevin De Bruyne is on penalties. How can you let that pass? We can't let that pass, my friends. Thakif says, are you confident with this lineup? No, I'm not confident, Thakif. But FPL is not a game of 1 week, my friend. So I'm hoping, guys, for damage limitation this game week. Please, for all of you who are looking at my team, I am just hoping for kind of damage limitation this game week, and so that I can attack the next coming game weeks, right? It's not about 1 week, my friend. It's about the long term. Which Everton player is the best to have in your team? Samuel, Richarlison, Dean, Calvert-Lewin, all good options, my friend. Avishka says, no bro, from Virgil van Dijk to Shaw, Souček to Saint, and Mitrovic to Martial. So that means they're taking a hit of -8, my friend. I just can't advocate that from my own side. If you can get Martial in 2 transfers, that would be better, my friend. 3 transfers, just not feeling it, my friend. Pradeep says, thanks brother, good luck. Good luck to you, my friend. Avishka says, better transfer. It's very hard for me to say, my friend. I don't know your entire team, so it's very hard for me to say. But if you can get Martial in 2 moves, that would be better. -8 is a little too much for this game week. And Eater says, I nearly wildcarded, but was worried that everything would change again after a week or 2. That's the reason I actually held on to my wildcard. Sancho could come to United. There's so many transfers happening. Gareth Bale, Reguilon. Aston Villa have signed Bertrand Traore from Lyon as well. So many transfers are happening, guys. After a couple of weeks, you might want to revamp your whole team again. But if you already use your wildcard, what are you going to do? So that's my opinion. Beerkern says Bruno or KDB. For this game week, Bruno Fernandes. But for the long term, I'll have both of them, my friend. It's very hard to choose between those two. For this game week, Bruno. For long term, both. Martial for Werner, what's your opinion? Says Anas. For this game week, yes. For the long term, it's up to you, my friend. Because after this game week, Werner has a good fixtures as well, and both are good options. For this game week, 100% Martial is a better option. The D production says Zaha plus Martial or Rodriguez plus Jimenez. I think for long term, Rodriguez plus Jimenez seems the better option. Hey friends, 15 minutes to go in the deadline. If you haven't fixed your teams, locked your teams, go lock your teams. Let me check my team as well. I have to lock my team as well. So there you go, my team is saved already. And what's gonna be my bench order? It's very hard to say. Walker Peters possibly third on my bench, Taylor second, Bissouma 2-pointer, guys. Yeah, I guess there's not a chance that none of my players are gonna miss the game week, but you know, you still have to fix your bench, fellas. So this is how my team is gonna be looking, my friends. So go lock your teams. Go lock your teams. Siri says Reece James, Taylor, Walker Peters. Which two to start? Reece James and Walker Peters. Patrick says good luck, Wizard, and everyone. Played the wildcard, Captain Calvert-Lewin. Patrick, that's a very ballsy move, my friend. I hope it pays off for you. You know, so good luck for the game week, Patrick, and thank you so much for coming to the live stream. Pradeep says, all guys, please subscribe this channel. Support to my brother. He has been supporting us, so all guys, please support him to reach 10k within 1 month. Thank you so much, guys. All these kind messages. I don't care about how many subscribers I get, but all these kind messages, guys, it makes me feel so good that for what I'm doing and the effort and hard work I'm putting in, it makes me feel so worth it, my friends. Thank you so much. Patrick says I gave Aubameyang the boot and put in Lacazette. Patrick, that's very, you know, your wildcard must look really crazy, my friend, because Lacazette has really difficult fixtures, unless you plan to move him on for Jimenez in the next game week, you know. So all the best, my friend. Anteater says, should I take another hit to avoid Vinagra's price drop? I don't think it's gonna drop now for at least the next couple of days, Anteater. So you're safe, possibly. So just let's watch the games before we make the transfers. Beer Current says, how does the bench order make a difference? So Beer Current, basically, if any of your players doesn't play, right, the first player that comes in is the one who's first on my bench, as long as he doesn't break the formation rule, right? So let's say if Davis doesn't play, right, one of my defenders doesn't play, so I need another defender to complete the formation. So in that case, Taylor is going to come in, and if my forward or midfielder doesn't play, then Bissouma is going to come in. So that's how the order works. I hope I explained it. It was really quick, but maybe we can do it sometime else. You are the best, says Pujan. Love from Nepal. Thank you so much, Pujan. I appreciate it. Bruno or Auba captain? For this game week, I think there are both good options, Harvey. It's your instinct, but if it was for me, I would go for Aubameyang, you know. What's your 3 transfers next week, says Ahmed. Ahmed, it's very hard for me to actually say, but one of them is going to be Kevin De Bruyne for Aubameyang, and I'm going to try to bring in Jimenez and a United player as well. So that's the plan. I'm not so sure how I'm going to manage that, but the players that I want to bring in for game week 3 are Jimenez, Kevin De Bruyne, and one United player. So that's the opinion. Kalender says it's strange 44 are watching but only 26 likes. No problems, my friends. Just enjoy the stream. Anas says Son for James Rodriguez in the long term. For long term, yes. For this game week, not. I'm wildcarding next week, says Sagar. Should I go for Salah to Bruno or Werner to Martial for this week only? For this week, Salah to Bruno. Actually, for this game week, right? That's very difficult to say. Go for Werner to Martial, my friend. If it is for just this week, Werner to Martial. Sorry, Wizard, I mean, before Vinagra's price drop, should I have taken? Yes, Anteater, that could have been possible, because otherwise now you're stuck with a 4.4 million player with nobody to actually get in place of him. So yes, that could have been an option, yeah. Naman says, what do you think, captaining Martial? I think that's a very good option. Danford says, can't believe I'm going without a Man U attacker. It's going to end 4-0. It could, my friend, it could. But it's alright. We're going to have Manchester United players after this game week. So it's just one game week, right? I really hope it doesn't turn crazy. Anna says, thanks man, keep supporting. You're welcome, my friend. Good luck for the game week. Guys, 10 minutes left for the deadline. Let me have a drink of water and you lock your teams as well. Geeta says, shall I take -4 to get Kevin De Bruyne against Kane, but then I do have a 5.5 million forward option? Geeta, we're going to talk about that after the game week, you know, after this game week. Let's see how this game week goes and how Leeds plays. Maybe we can have a better option, right? Bench Trent Alexander-Arnold, Helen St. Maxima or Havertz. My friend, that's a very difficult one to say for me. Out of these 3, if I had to, I'd probably bench Havertz. You know. Thanks for all your help, Wizard. I already did -8, so I was worried about -12. Yeah, -12 is out of the question. If I had to do a -12, guys, I'd probably just wildcard. For me, -8 is the limit for transfers. So if you are having to do a -12 in your team, you possibly might as well go for a wildcard. -12 is too much to cover, in my opinion, you know. So yeah. So friends, lock your teams, and this is my final team for the game week. Not confident, guys. Just hoping for damage limitation for this game week. Jorim says, "What is the name of your other channel?" You mean my football compilations channel, right? It's called. I'll post the link for you in the chat, guys. So if you guys interested in watching football compilations, nice skills, dribbling and stuff, go to my other channel and have a look, my friends. Salam says, "Keep up the good work." Thank you so much, Salam. Sumesh says, "What do you think Tierney will play, left wing back or left center back?" I think he's going to play left center back as well. I think Maitland-Niles is going to play at left wing back, Sumesh. So Naman says, "I got Saiz, Lewis, Dallas. Whom should I bench? Saiz play." Yeah, I think you should bench Saiz, Naman. Jackson says, "Your hard work is always appreciated." Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate your comments as well. N says, "Do you have an FPL league?" Yeah, I do have an FPL league, but I closed the entry after game week 1. And so I need to actually figure out stuff. I'll let you know. I'll update you guys. Dhruv says, "Which team do you support?" I support Arsenal, Dhruv. And so I'm gonna work out an FPL league, my friends. So yeah. Samuel, I'm gonna go for Ailing over Justin. 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I think it's a very difficult one, my friend. It's there's if it is a decision based on logic, I can actually help you. But the instinct and the gut-based decisions, there's nothing much I can do about it because it's your team. You have to make the decision for your team. But you have a good team if you have that problem. Dhruv says, "Arsenal top 4 this season." I hope, my friend. We always hope. When the season starts, all the fans of all the teams, they hope for the best for their team. So I also do. Where is Arsene Wenger, says Shalendra. I think he's in UEFA, right? He's in the UEFA. He's at a really good position in the UEFA, deciding the rules and stuff and the policies. I think that was a really good position for Wenger to be in. So I'm happy for that. Yep. So fellas, any dilemmas? Anteater says, "I think Arsenal can win the league." You must be an Arsenal fan, Anteater, just like me, but I'm not that optimistic. I think if we make top 4, I'd be happy with our season. Really happy with our season. So fellas, all of you who are watching, please remember, after the last game of the game week, I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna talk about the performance of all the teams, what were my observations of the game week. It's gonna be called the FPL Aftermath Show. So I'm gonna be here. If there is any change in plans for the Aftermath Show, I'll let you know. But for now, I'm going to be doing the show as soon as the game ends between Wolves and Manchester City, guys. So just come and we're gonna talk about FPL. I hope you enjoy my shows. To make sure you come here. Danford says, "Does anyone realize that Martial fixtures are sexier than Werner?" I don't think so. If Werner can come into his own, I think Werner can match Martial. Matthias says, "Good luck, Wizard. Thanks for the advice." You're welcome, Matthias. I really hope your wildcard goes well, and I hope you get crazy points this game week. I'm hoping you have a good season as well. So fellas, 7 minutes to go. Teams locked. I mean, my team has been locked for the past 4 hours, guys, and I'm so happy, guys. Inner peace, relaxed, just like Kung Fu Panda, guys. Inner peace, take deep breaths, relax, guys. One game week is not gonna make or break your FPL season. Do not stress too much. Do not rage transfer. Do not pull your trigger like crazy. Don't be trigger happy. Relax, fellas. We're gonna be here. We're gonna do this the right way, my friends. I'm more confident of Burnley scoring than Fulham. That's why I'm opting for Leeds defense. I am too. I think Burnley have good forwards in Chris Wood and they've got J Rod and they I think it's a pretty decent attacking side. They can score against Leicester. Leicester doesn't have good defense because their defenders are injured mostly. Buckshot says, "Good luck, Sim. Take care." Good luck to you too, my friend. Thank you so much for being on the live stream. I appreciate it, George. So fellas, any more last minute questions? Any more last minute dilemmas? What do you say, my friends? Because there's just 5 minutes to go. Matthias says, "Will Mitrovic start?" I think definitely gonna start. I think last week he was gonna start as well, but I think they were worried about his injury. He played full 90 minutes in midweek, scored a goal. Why not? I think Mitrovic's gonna start. Joram says, "Is Watkins a wait and see or go for?" In my opinion, he's a wait and see. A player coming from Championship, right? It's just doesn't always translate the same way. For example, people were so enthusiastic about Matheus Pereira, right? And he's a fantastic player, don't get me wrong, guys, but it doesn't translate straight. He got 16 assists and all that. One player who came from the championship and looks really good is Eze of Crystal Palace, guys. He has amazing dribbling skills. I mean, I'm really impressed by him. If you were to transfer out Havertz, who would you get? If I had the money, I would go for Bruno Fernandes, my friend. If I didn't have the money, because I didn't have the money, I'm actually just sticking. I don't have any other options that I want to go for. The only player, maybe Rashford. If I had 1 million, I would just try to cover Manchester United Rashford, because I feel Rashford is also a decent option, but none other than that. My FPL tier captain, Calvert-Lewin, says Sarthak. Good luck, Sarthak. I don't think he's the worst option. I think it's a good option for this game week. You know, he can do well. Good luck, everyone, says Sumesh. Good luck, Wiz. Good luck to you too, my friend. I hope you have a great game week. So, you know, I'm very happy, guys. We're receiving very few questions. I hope everybody's queries and dilemmas are solved and everybody's teams are locked, so we can possibly relax a little bit now on the stream. In it, what do you say we talk about? Let me tell you something. I was thinking about the name for the show that I do before the deadline. So Sarthak says I want to go back to Aubameyang again. Want to relax? No, yeah, it's alright. Just ask me any questions. I'm here to answer your questions, my friends. Oh, there you go. So Samuel says, I really appreciate your hard work. Hopefully more people get to discover this great channel. Thank you so much, Samuel. I would really appreciate it, my friend. Matthias says Pickford, Dean, Justin, Saiz, Salah, Aubameyang, Fernandes. Aubameyang is the captain, of course. Harrison, Mitrovic, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Martial. My team, do you think? I think it's a good team, my friend. Mitrovic, maybe we could, we could possibly go for a 4-4-2 formation if we could, swap the players around. But overall, that looks like a very good team, because next week Kevin De Bruyne are gonna come in for Aubameyang, and I think that's a good team. I wouldn't panic you right now into changing anything. So from my side, it's pretty good. I'm sorry, Patrick. Please don't use caps. This bot is just kind of crazy, and just I have to mess with the settings so that none of my subscribers are gonna be troubled by this. But I apologize for that. Siddharth says, will J. Rodriguez start? Siddharth, I'm not sure, because I haven't had much information from the Burnley preseasons. If Barnes is fit again, I think J. Rodriguez might not start. So J. Rodriguez is a good option, but if Barnes and the other one is fit, it's hard for me to say that J. Rodriguez is gonna start. Captain Ob or Bruno, Hakim, both good options, my friend. If I had to choose between the two, I would go for Aubameyang. Depends how many Manchester United players you have as well. Would it be worth switching Adams out and switching in Bissouma? I don't think so, my friend. It's very hard to say. I think Bissouma was good last game week, but Adams still has a better chance. He's a striker, right? He can score. Salam says, Wizard, I hope you have a great season. Your advice and guidance made me win my family work league. Thank you so much, Salam. I appreciate it, my friend. I really appreciate your messages. Sorry about the caps. No problem, my friend. You're welcome. Danford says, let's just start Steer for the sake. Yeah, go for it. James Rodriguez, is he a good option, says Avanish. Yes, he's a good option. 7.5. I'm not averse to James Rodriguez. For my team, I just want to think about it and see him play one more game week before I make the decision. But guys, if you want to bring in James Rodriguez, he is a good option. Just don't think too much about it. James is good. At 7.5, I don't think he's too much of a risk. Trent at 7.5 or Greenwood or Rodriguez at 7.5. Which do you think is more valuable? At this moment in time, if I had to answer your question, I still feel Trent Alexander-Arnold gonna outscore the other two over the course of the season, But we need to see if he's in form or not. Danford says, good luck, guys. Good luck to you too, my friend. Guys, last 2 minutes, all of you, just please, if you haven't locked your team, go lock your team, and be safe. Where is my team? My team is saved. So let me just refresh and check whether my team has been saved. I'm sorry you are having to look at this, but guys, I need to make sure that my captain is Aubameyang, vice captain Salah, Bissouma, Taylor. Right, guys. So my team is locked. I hope your teams are locked as well, and I hope you have a great game week, fellas. I hope you had fun on the live stream. Lineups out, Vardy and starting. Danforth, that's not true. That's not true. Lineups not gonna out till half an hour. So please, everybody's gonna get a heart attack on the stream. Surfrose says, I appreciate what you do here. One of the best FPL channels. Thank you so much, Surfrose. I really appreciate your kind comments, my friend. So, fellas, I guess one more thing I have to ask you about it before we leave. So, I was thinking about a name for my show, guys. All right, I just don't like calling it the Deadline Stream. It's too boring, innit? It's too boring. So, I was thinking about a name for this show, right? So, a couple of names come to mind. So, tell me, I would like your opinions about which one do you think is the best. So, the first one which I was thinking about is the Crystal Ball Show. It's related to obviously magic and wizards and stuff. So I was thinking about the Crystal Ball Show. Vice says the Deathline Stream. My friend, that would be too scary. People might run away in it. So I was thinking about the Crystal Ball Show. What do you think about the name, my friends? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Because I like the Aftermath, the name Aftermath for the other show. For this one also, I'm just planning to find a name. So could you guys suggest some good names, based upon wizard themes, guys? Anteater says, I'm sad about the Vinagra drop. No, I absolutely understand, Anteater. It was really bad that, we thought he was nailed on, and then he was not, and he did not start, and then he dropped in price. I feel really bad for you. I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. Surfrose says, Viz Roulette. I don't want to link myself to Pep, Surfrose. I have no Roulette, my friend. I haven't changed my team for a week. Matthias says it's good. So basically, I was thinking about the wizardry stream, says Jorim. Hang on, let me show you. The Crystal Ball Show. This is what I was thinking about, guys. So I'm kind of still gonna figure out some better names and stuff. But I was liking the sound of it and the look of it. But I gonna give identity to my shows as well. I just like doing that. And how about the template, guys? Do you think it's fine? Can you see my team clearly now? Can you read the chat and all that stuff? Because I keep changing my templates in order to kind of make the whole experience of the stream better for you. So just give me your feedback, and I'm gonna try and improve my my graphics as well. So, fellas, thank you so much for being here on the show. I think we can end, because last night I streamed for 1.5 hours, and now for 1 hour my throat is gone, and I'm gonna go rest my throat, have a cup of tea, my friends, and we still have 1.5 hours to go for the games. I'm gonna rest, and then we're gonna watch the games, and I'm gonna tweet live about the banter, about the information. So guys, if you haven't, subscribe, join me on Twitter. And by the way, guys, if you don't use Discord, I have a Discord link of my channel in the description. Come join the fun. We can have a chat there, and just have more FPL interaction. We've got plenty of great people in there. No rudity, nothing at all. So, fellas, with that, I hope you had a great time, and I hope you have a great game week as well. For me, I'm hoping for damage limitation. I'm not hoping for great things this game week, but I hope I can get at least an average score so that I can make my team next week, and then we can attack the game weeks. With that, fellas, I think it's time to leave. I will see you for the Aftermath show, and I hope you're all here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great game week. FPL Visit signing out, fellas. May the arrows be green. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.